Yo, what the deals? What the dilly, yo? What's acting silly? Jimmy, where you been, brother? What's up, Jimbo Slice? What's going on? Jimmy Jim. People, how do I do this? Auto. Huh. What's up, bud? What's up, Marco? You got Shakur and Berlanga winning. Is that a question? Because you don't have a question mark. Or is that a statement? I do have Shakur winning. I have Berlanga losing a decision. Mo Briggity. Tony Tone always leaving the girl. Wait, excuse me. Tony Tone never leaving the girls alone. You got. Okay. Berlanga's not winning, Chief. Berlanga's not winning, Chief. Berlanga's getting his socks boxed off. Did you feel me? That's what's happening with Berlanga. Berlanga ain't winning, my mellow. Phone lines are open. Call in, you mark-ass, trick-ass busters. Stop fucking around. Stop fucking around. Let me see something. I think if I put a little phone, maybe be cool. I got that one. Maybe I'll do that one, and maybe I'll do. I want to put another some phone. There we go. Two of these motherfuckers. Let's see. What do I got? The banners. There we go. Let's see if I could. Oh, all right. Does that look good? Boom. All right. What's up, Julio? Where you been, Julio? Where you been at, my mellow? Where you been at, my mellow? Let me see something. Trying to make this shit look dope. Let's see. That might look good. Let's see. I'm trying to make this shit look fly like a dove. Let me see. How's that look? Yeah, I kind of like that better. Boom. All right, bet. We back, baby. What's that, MPO? What's that, MPO? My mellow? Yeah, I saw this. You know what? Should I play it? Fuck it, I'm going to play it. I like what he did there. Here we go. Let's
Name of Edgar Berlanga. Do you know who he is?
No.
Even Batman don't know. It's Hamza Sheeraz. We're here at Times Square in New York. Edgar Berlanga says he's a king of New York. I think he's a sausage, but let's see what the public think.
I don't know who the fuck that is. Clearly he don't run New York.
Heard of him.
Pete Davis is king of Staten Island. That's all I know.
An hour and 15 minutes. We ain't found nobody who said they know who he is. He goes by the name of Edgar Berlanga. Do you know who he is?
No.
No clue. Even though you're Batman and you know everyone in the city, you don't know who Edgar Berlanga is.
No.
Even Batman don't know. Do you guys know who Edgar Berlanga is?
No.
Do you have any clue who he is?
No, not at all.
And are you from New York?
Yes.
The little thing with you and him,
Yeah.
The face off, you're gonna knock him out. You'll knock him out.
We finally found someone who knows who he is. East London, same as me. No one knows who Edgar Berlanga is, and the only person who did is from East London, from where I'm from. So he only knows Edgar Berlanga because of me. Buy your tickets.
I like that. Hustling. I'll be at the Berlanga fight. Man, I don't know if I will be, Julio. They denied me. I don't think I'm going. Oh, yeah, that was funny. That was genius. Hold on, let me get this the right way. Boom, there we go. That was genius. You ask me. That shit was genius. I love it. And it's true. Marco, is it true Benavidez versus Yard? Yeah, it's true. It's official, baby, baby. I got Benavidez by stoppage. No mas. Roberto Duran type shit. Hell yeah. I got that dude by stoppage. That's us. That's straight up and down. Oh, Mo Briggity. What up, Mo? Tax. What up, blood? What's up, Mo? Mo's not talking. Yo, Tax. I don't think anybody at 75 beats Benavidez. Yeah, even Bivol. Yard gas is out. That's what people say. What up, Schmoo?
What's up, Marco?
Mo. Your real name isn't Mo, is it?
It's most definitely not Mo.
You don't want to you share your real name, or you keep it confidential?
I'd rather keep it
All right,
confidential.
I got
but,
you. You could tell me privately. I'll keep it between us. If you want.
yeah.
If not, that's all good. You look like a. Nah, see, I'm about to get racist, so I'm gonna say something like real Spanish sounding. And it's gonna be. So I'm not even gonna guess. Fuck it. Benavidez, Yard, Norman, Haney, Mason on that card. Yeah, man. Berlanga. When you getting to New York, Mo?
I'm flying in on Thursday, and I'm gonna be there until Sunday, and then I'm heading to London.
I will be Thursday. I'll be at the. I got approved for some of the press events for the girl fight stuff. So I'll probably be at the weigh-in Thursday.
Oh yeah, the weigh-in is supposed to be, I think, at 5 or 6 o'clock p.m.
Yeah, the weigh-in. Oh, actually, it's Friday.
Pretty late, yeah.
But I'll be
no,
at
the fight is Friday, but the
right.
weigh-in
So the
is
weigh-in Thursday. So I will be at the weigh-in on Thursday. So I don't know if you'll be around, but we could touch base. But I'll definitely be at that weigh-in. For sure. Any celebrating? Yeah, we went over to some friend's house, did a little barbecue. You know what I did, guys? This is the second time I did this. I didn't have time to do my workout because I was on Nessa's show. I did my show. You guys know I had to cut it early. I had to go. So we went to a pool in this neighboring town where our friends live. And this is the second time I did it. I set my iPhone has like a boxing timer, 3 minutes on. I set to a 30-second, 15 to 30-second rest. I don't do a full minute. That's another thing, Mo. How do you rest 1 minute between rounds?
So I'll do 5 minutes on and then 1.5 minute off.
Okay. So I would do the normal 3, but rest 30 seconds. But anyway, that'll build endurance. But anyway, so I set the thing in the pool and I just threw punches. I threw punches for 6. I did 6 to 8 rounds. But I did it like it really intense. And the resistance of the water is like a bit of an isometric exercise. That shit drained me. And the weird thing was I wasn't sweating because, well, I probably was, but I was underwater mostly. Now I didn't really. It was a weird feeling, but it drained the fuck out of me. Let's ask Mo this. Mo, what two famous heavyweights were known for throwing punches in a pool underwater?
The only one that I know comes to mind was Ali in that famous
and there was
photo
one
shoot,
more.
I think like Time or something like that.
Absolutely.
I don't
Ali
know.
was one.
Floyd Patterson?
Nope.
Was it just a guess?
In the 50s.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Well, I'll give you a hint.
Not Rocky.
Ah.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Marciano. He was the first one to do it. So I did that, and the shit it's a great workout, because I'm also moving, because it's also, it puts resistance when you're moving, boom, boom, boom. I was going around. And I felt as worn out as if I would have just hit the bag. Like, I don't feel like it was less of a workout. I think the resistance of the water made it high pressure. But Ali Marciano, Shane knew. Ezra did that? I never heard that, but Marciano underrated. Well, we just talked about this, Tax. Underrated, but for good reason. Because he was only champion for 3 years, which is very short. He fought 4 all-time greats, which many people never get to do. But all of them were 38 to 44 years of age. So they were, and in a time when 38 was like being, what would you say, Mo? I say 38 in the 50s is like being fucking 50 now, right? Because 38 now is fine. So it was a lot. It was an old 38 back then.
Well, remember Walcott won his title at 37, and he was considered ancient back in that time, and
That's
he
what
was
I'm
like
saying.
the oldest heavyweight ever for like I think since until Foreman beat that record.
That's what I'm saying. So, so Marciano is a little underrated, overrated, or underrated, but you know he beat 4 guys, all old. He was only champ for 3 years. You know, and everybody else he fought was not really of note. So I see both sides, but yet still, again, ain't nobody ever went 49-0 as a heavyweight. So,
well, let me steel man Rocky Marciano. Was one thing I think he's underrated for being able to do as much as he did, considering how not athletically gifted he was. Like he was just not a naturally gifted dude. He was short arms, just stocky. This dude was he's doing like 3-month training camps, like a psycho.
right.
And then also one of those Hall of Famers was Jersey Joe Walcott, and I mean the guy won his title. You know what I mean? Like it was not. That's not Marciano's fault. He had already won it by the time he won it at all was a fluke. So if he took
Absolutely.
it off him, is it really his
Marciano
fault? Like,
beat Ezra Charles,
just who had
Jersey
it.
Joe, Archie Moore, and of course the greatest heavyweight of all time, era for era, in my opinion, which is Joe Louis. But you know, let's stop boring people because I know a lot of you young guys know what the fuck I'm talking about. I got shit. I don't know. I think based on their first fight, I gotta go with Tim. If he can see, you know what I'm saying. If he had both eyes, he almost won with one eye. He restarted his record. Hey man, who knows? I got Sheeraz, Mamoon. I got Mamoon. You're not. No, Bengali. Oh, yeah, you might be Muslim. Are you Muslim, Mamoon? Because I was going to say your Muslim brother. I think you are Muslim, right? Most Bengalis are Muslim. Fundora going to stop Tim Zoo. Now you're wiling out. Sheeraz going down. Nah, you're definitely wiling out. Was good, Joe? Joe, a.k.a. Josue. Guys, taking call-ins. Joe Louis is the greatest heavyweight ever. I just said that, Tax. So obviously I agree. You have a problem with Rocky having a statue and Ali just getting one this year. Do I have a problem with it? I don't have a problem with any of it. But you're saying, is that right? Well, interesting.
Well, does he mean Marciano or Balboa?
Oh,
serious question.
That's a great question because Marciano doesn't have a statue, does he? I thought he meant Marciano.
I don't believe he. Yeah, that's what I thought too. But I've been to Brockton, and I don't think he has a statue. Hagler has a statue that they just gave him this year, but not Marciano.
Yeah. Rob, clarify what you're talking about. You're Muslim. Okay, that's what I thought. So yeah, you're going for your Muslim brother Sheeraz. Yeah, but don't be biased. Like, do you really think that? Or you on some alhamdulillah pro-Muslim shit? Because you know we got to keep the analysis separate from the favoritism. Sheeraz stopping Bum Lang. All right, Ghost. I think he might. Mark, are you sad Pride Month is over? Yeah, because I can't keep banging your pop. All right, no, that was too far. Rocky has a job. Which Rocky, man? What's the odds Alberto slurps, burps, or pisses with his mic on? I don't think Alberto's coming in here anymore. Him and Yayin have been MIA. Hazmat is too robotic. You're calling Hamza Hazmat? Why the fuck would you call him Hazmat? There is okay. So the dude was talking about Marciano. When did the Marciano statue go up? I don't really have a problem with it because everybody and their grandmother and their mother and their cousin and their babysitter, all of them know that I'm a mutual wavy because I was kind of loud.
Marquise, what it do?
What's up, man? Everybody and their mother knows that Muhammad Ali was just way more popular, is arguably the most famous athlete ever in history. So the statue, yeah, maybe it should have gone up first, but considering all the love and global recognition Ali's gotten, over Rocky Marciano. No, I don't have a problem with it. What's cracking? Wave?
Not much, man. As much as I hate Edgar Berlanga, I do think Sheeraz lost to what's his name, Carlos Adames. So I think Edgar's gonna win by KO, man.
You're saying his name like dudes who say instead of Arab, they go Arab, you go Sheeraz.
Yeah, how do you say his name properly?
Sheeraz. I don't think you go Sheeraz, but it is spelled Sheeraz, so I get where you're going with it.
Or should I say Sheeraz?
Oh shit! You don't think he's any good?
No, he's not a bad fighter.
He's gonna fuck up Berlanga. Maybe I missed it. Who you got winning?
Oh, Edgar. I got Edgar by KO.
You're wilding out. You're wilding out.
Edgar Berlanga.
What has Edgar ever shown you? And this is a legitimate question. I'm not even trying to be a dick or to troll. What has he ever shown you to make you think he could be Sheeraz? Like, what has he done in his career?
He's a knockout artist, man.
Okay, hold on. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. Was a knockout artist. Went from 100% first round, which is, again, unbelievable, to he's about a 20-30% knockout ratio since then.
That is true, but his fight with McCrory that got him that Canelo fight, that was a very impressive fight. He knocked him out in the 6th round.
You talking about the dude who looked like he just gave birth?
Oh, you think he was fat in that fight?
The dude who was that the one, or was that the one before? The one who was like, he looked like he had gastro bypass surgery, and he's just like.
Oh no, that was the one after Canelo. You talking about Jonathan Ortiz?
Okay.
Yeah, if you go back and watch that fight, bro, it was a very impressive fight from Berlanga. I think he fought that good because he wanted that Canelo bag. You know what I'm saying? It's only right.
Word.
But I'm just basing it off of how Sheeraz looked against Carlos Adames.
I just feel like. I don't know, man, but Berlanga hasn't shown me exceptional skill. He's shown me that he's a good fighter, but he hasn't even shown me exceptional. And I'll be quite honest, man, I feel like he makes my people kind of look dumb.
He does, man.
My people, I mean, New Yorkers.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Like, he wouldn't, I don't know, but whatever. I'm trying to separate the outside of the ring and in the ring. And in the ring, though, as well, I really don't see. I mean, Mo, do you see special talents out of fucking Berlanga in the ring?
Marco, I think it's so funny because the way you look at Berlanga is exactly the same way that I look at Benavidez. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just me. But there's the thing. I agree with everything that Wavy said about Berlanga. He's a puncher. Get the fuck out of here! But I will say that I think one thing you're missing is that Sheeraz himself looked really underwhelming in his last fight, and he probably should have lost that fight.
Agreed. No, I agree, but Berlanga has had a multitude of those same underwhelming showings. Sheeraz had one.
So I'll meet you halfway and say the way I think of it is that it's just like they're gonna have a mid-off, and whoever makes the biggest mistake first is more than likely the guy who's gonna pay for it and gonna lose.
Now let's rewind a little bit, because you just spoke sacrilege. You spoke that fresh, filthy mouth of yours just spoke some unholy things. Benavidez has no elite skill, in your opinion? You haven't seen that from him?
I mean, a little bit from the Morel fight, but other than that, all I see is a really big guy that just bullies and walks down his opponents. Like, I've never seen him have to deep dig into his bag. You know what I mean? Okay, so digging into the bag is one thing, but I said the skill. So that there's no discernible elite skill. You have not seen that. I will say the Morel fight. I did see that. Just the Morel fight. Other than that, all his other fights, it's always just been him being way bigger than the guy and just bullying him around.
Yeah, he was weight bullying.
Answer me a question. What is this then?
2017, Rogelio Porky Medina cranks the pressure like a vice grip, but David Benavidez sports his versatile defense. By round 2, David's download is complete as he bounces off the ropes, swinging forward like Thor. But the Mexican native has a titanium chin, so Benavidez aims downstairs, investing in Medina's breadbasket like he's a Pepperidge Farm shareholder. With Porky out protecting his ribs, the Mexican monster now comes back upstairs, launching uppercuts that blast off with the acceleration of a NASA space probe. So Medina is jolted off balance like someone pulled the emergency brake on the Metro North. But showing more grit than 3M sandpaper, Porky immediately fires back. However, the Phoenix native replies with an extra crispy eight-piece and a sadistic smile that would creep out the Joker. Virgilio then amazingly waves him in, confidently seeing and raising David's energy like he's holding a royal flush. But this tactic powers up Benavidez, and he drops cinder blocks that sit Medina on the ropes like he's on a playground swing. He gets up, but David resumes smashing on Porky's ribs, which drops Medina on bended knee like Boys to Men. Porky rises again, but David unleashes one of the most venomous hailstorms in boxing history, beating Medina with a blistering onslaught that plays like someone's holding down the volleyball. The ref stops the fight.
I mean, come on.
That's the Benavidez I missed, man. Like since
He went in his bag. This guy was coming at him. He showed everything. Mo, please explain to me how that hey, everybody has their own opinion. How is that not exceptional talent?
Now, I will give you this. I'll give you this. I think you and I just have a very different scale on how we measure fighters, and we have different tastes. So now I'll give you this. What I saw was Benavidez showing really like a lot of toughness, a lot of grit, a lot of, he's a tough guy. But to me, laying on the ropes and letting a guy shoot 5 punches and land them on your body and on your head, to me, that's not exceptional skill. Like, I don't know. Do you call it? See, you call it downloading. I call it giving up rounds. Like, you call it downloading. You're like, oh, he's downloaded information.
Depending
but I'm like,
on how long you do it. If you're doing it a lot, for a little bit here and there, yeah, that's downloading.
I know, but on the scorecards say you're losing. The scorecards don't say you're downloading.
I get that, but he doesn't do that for an exorbitant amount of time. He does a little bit here and there. Since when does he later?
Well, I don't know about other fights. I'm just talking about the fight that you just showed me. This is just giving you my opinion on what you just showed me. Now, I will agree with you. He fights differently in different fights, but from that specific fight, you just standing in front of the guy and just wailing at each other and doing rock'em sock'em, to me, is not elite skill. Like, never in those exchanges that I see him like try to counter something or make him miss and make him pay or like set up a certain punch.
I showed the defense. He ducked out the way, came back. His speed is literally ridiculous when he throws fast punches. He went to the basket, went back upstairs. I mean, he was showing all that. No?
You're right, but I think I'm miscommunicating. Okay. Now, that's great, but I want to see a fighter show me something other than them just gritting their way through a fight, than them just relying on their athleticism. Now, he might be really athletic and really fast hand speed and all that good stuff, but like I just appreciate fighters that are much more tactful and cerebral, even if they're brutal. Like, for instance, Marvin Hagler was a very brutal fighter, and he finished he knocked out his opponents very brutally, and he could fight that way. But the way that the road that led up to that is very cerebral, is very thoughtful.
I mean, all right.
And
whatever.
And here's the thing. I think Benavidez could definitely be that. I could think he could definitely get to that point and show me what I want to see out of him, to give him the kind of praise that other fans give him.
So
he just hasn't really shown that to me yet.
I think he's shown everything that you're asking for, except he's never had his back against the wall, so he didn't have to come back. But that just is a testament to how nice he is. He never had to be in that position, the way I look at it.
Or the way I look at it is that he just hasn't been in there with any good competition. That's my read of it.
Don't forget, you were probably one of them. People had Plant beating him, didn't you?
No, I did not, because he's so much bigger than Plant. So what I thought was happened, exactly what happened. He just bullied him because he's so much bigger than him.
Let me hit these super chats real quick. We'll get back to it. Let me hit this guy with the proper thanks. Where is it? Oh, where the fuck is my proper?
Shout out to Logic.
Shout out to Logic. Where's the thank you? Come again. Why can't I see? Oh, there
Mark, look at that picture. Could you believe that guy is half black?
Nah, I can't. hold on real quick. Happy 4th of July. All the blessings, champ. You are the man, girlfriend. Ed, appreciate you as well.
Thank you. Come again.
Appreciate the super sticker. Now, I didn't know even who he was. I thought this was really I thought it was really Dwayne. And I'm like, most white guys don't have the name Dwayne. But then somebody told me that this guy is actually not white, the real guy. But then somebody told me that this is just some rapper named Logic. Anyway, by the way, I predicted the Roach fight to a T. Crawford wins. Okay, Major. Well, we're going to see. We're going to just say you like certain styles. I guess was directed towards Mo, I believe. Girlfriend. Yeah, it was a joke. Tax. Jesus Christ. He destroyed Lupe, Pintor, Albert. Yeah, he did. Benavidez only lost 2 rounds to Porky Medina. Yeah, exactly. He don't be shocked if Crawford Canelo looks similar to Crawford Spence. I will be shocked. By the way, guys, we are taking calls. Anybody who could join, hop on the panel right now. Wouldn't we all be shocked on this panel if Spence gets if Crawford handles Canelo with the ease he handles Spence?
It is extremely disrespectful to compare. And Errol Spence is one of my favorite fighters. Salute to my Jamaican brethren, but it's extremely disrespectful to compare Errol Spence to Canelo, bro. Like, delete that comment, bro. Come on.
Why? Man. He asks, why would I? I mean, I guess I have to explain this. But you, Major, you know boxing. I think you're just being biased right now, but I'll explain it since you're making me. Canelo has never been hurt. He got rocked once, but he's never been hurt, let alone been down or stopped. And he's taken shots from true middleweights, true super middleweights, and true knockout kings at light heavyweight in Kovalev. So that's why I would be shocked. Kulev will be undisputed. Bring the belts back to Rob. Stop trolling.
Hey, Bevel was putting the beats on Canelo, and he didn't even knock him out. He didn't even get close to knocking him out.
Not even close. Put
right.
the beats on him like Dr. Dre. That's a fact.
There was a point where Canelo literally put his hands down and was telling him, like, that's it. I'm like, damn, this dude Canelo, like, he got a steel chin, bro.
He does. Yeah. Absolutely. Hold on. Sorry, I'm just writing something.
I got a question for Marco and Mo.
Talk to me.
So if Canelo fought Beterbiev, right, and he was getting hit with those same shots that he was getting hit by Bivol with, do you think he would drop from Arthur Beterbiev right now?
Does Beterbiev hit harder than Kovalev?
Oh yeah.
Does he? He had more knockouts, but one punch. Because Beterbiev, Kovalev was a one shot. He'll put you out. Beterbiev was more cumulative. So punch for punch, does he hit as hard as? Do you think they hit the same?
I would say yeah, because like besides his first fight with Bivol, all of his fights was won by KO, all of them.
Yeah. What do you think, Mo? I don't really know the answer to that question.
Well, there was something that Bevel said in an interview that I thought was very, very telling. Where he said that he was comparing the power of Beterbiev and Canelo, where he said the opposite of what you just said about Kovalev, where Canelo builds up to that one big punch and he puts all of his might into that one big punch. But that's the thing, if he misses that big punch, then you got some reprieve. But with Beterbiev, he said everything that dude throws is with bad intentions. And he's relentless with it. At least that's what he said. And what I can tell from that fight, you could tell that he was getting hurt to the body, like where he was literally, he took a shot to the body.
Bivol was getting hurt.
Yeah,
okay.
Bivol took a shot to the body, and he was like, "Fuck this! I want no part of this." And he would just got on his bicycle. So I would say there's a reason why Canelo went for Bivol and not Beterbiev.
Okay, Stefan Brown. Is it Stefan or Stefan?
It's what you think, man. It's whatever.
Yo,
technically, it should be Stefan, but the P is silent, I assume.
Shout out to Stefan's mustache, but he got the Steve Harvey mustache.
Not anymore. Yeah. Not anymore. He looks like a fucking Banana Republic model now. Pretty.
Oh my gosh.
What's up, man?
So,
Bivol said Canelo can knock you out anytime. Yeah. Let me tell you guys something. I've interviewed so many fighters, and when they beat somebody, that's always going to be a harder puncher than somebody that beat them. It's an ego thing. Like, if Bivol would have got fucked up by Canelo, he would have been like, oh, he doesn't hit that hard. But since he beat him easily, so that's I've interviewed a lot of fighters, man. That is a fucking trend in them. I remember interviewing my man Kevin Kelly, right? Flushing Flash. He goes, yeah, Princeton team didn't really hit that hard. I'm like, wait, what? Who's your hardest puncher? He named somebody that he beat. I'm like, what? And those of you who know the history, Prince put him down 2 or 3 times and knocked him out. But he doesn't hit hard. I'm like, Well, whatever. No disrespect, though,
accumulation.
to the Flash. No, those are one-shot bombs, man. There was no accumulation in those.
Hey.
Kovalev may be better one punch, but better be his relentless. Go ahead. Go ahead, Steph.
That's true. Mr.
I
Martin
thought you were
there.
about to say something.
Yeah, I was watching Canelo. He's like, right. Yeah, I was thinking about it because I was listening to you guys talk about him.
Mhm.
Like, man, it's such a double-edged sword with him as of late because Canelo's really he's a nice fighter, man. He's a good fighter, but he's been, all over the weights here as of late, rather than kind of being the best middleweight champion of all time if he wanted to. But
Thanks.
the Crawford fight, right?
Yeah.
Like that's gonna be some crazy footwork right there. Because I was watching some old Canelo tapes. Obviously, he was on that undercard of Mayweather Ortiz,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't remember who he fought, but he went like 8-9 rounds, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just a crazy counterpuncher. He's a crazy counterpuncher, but obviously he was younger and quicker then. So it's gonna be interesting when he gets near Crawford and see if he'll kind of bring an attack style rather than kind of sit back and counter with Crawford. And Crawford's sake, he's going to be trying to set traps the whole time, moving because he's obviously a little more athletic.
Right. Real quick, Dwayne, I got a question for you.
You smoke crack, don't you? You smoke crack, don't you?
More of a statement. What are you talking about? Kovalev got fucking stopped in the rematch. But anyway, let's.
Yeah, don't even get me started, man. You know I love Ward. That's my guy.
I
know. I already know what you're gonna. Guy, he's boring.
He's boring, but effective, right?
Dude, he's really
boring,
good.
But effective.
I don't know, man. He's really good. He's
like
nice.
a romance novel.
I got him beating your guy, getting off the canvas. I told you this many times. I've already told you this, but let's stay on Crawford.
Y'all must have forgot.
Talking about beating him?
Yeah.
Y'all must have forgot.
Okay, so let me ask you a question then.
You smoke crack, don't you?
I got you started.
Oh my goodness. Look, all jokes aside, there's a mild argument for him being competitive with Roy because hey, nobody ever beat the fuck. Well, Kovalev actually beat him the first fight, in my opinion. Do you not agree?
Very close, but I mean, like everyone got the old Roy, man. So like that stuff is hard for me because Roy Jones is the best fighter of all time, arguably. Like,
oh, for sure.
That's it's hard. A lot of people like who was that? What was that English dude who beat him?
Who beat who?
Roy Jones.
Beat him at the end. English dude.
Welsh dude. What's that guy's name?
Calzaghe.
Calzaghe. Yeah.
Welsh. Yeah, like he got him, like shit, like that. Like that's weak, man, to me.
Well, again, I always say if they would have fought 10 years earlier, because literally I think Roy was about 40 in that fight, it would have had to been at least 10
He's
years
done
earlier.
at 40.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, it would have been totally different. Guys, we are taking calls. Anybody wants to jump in, be my guest.
But Crawford Canelo though.
What's that?
I said Crawford Canelo though. Sorry, I keep wanting to hype that up.
Nah, it's all good. I mean, that's the biggest fight, and it's only what are we at now? 2 months away, practically.
Yeah, I'm trying to hype myself for it because that's some stuff I really didn't ask for. But not surprised that Canelo took it. I'm really not, and. I said this a long time. I think I said it late last year. If Crawford does pull that off, that's pretty crazy.
Of course.
Of
course.
That is Yeah, that's astronomical, man.
It's crazy indeed. I think he's picking a guy who is also not that weight. I don't believe Canelo's a natural super middle. I believe he's a
No, he's
natural middle,
sorry. Yeah.
right? So, and Crawford is probably a natural welter.
Yeah.
Maybe
A big one too. A big one.
right. So
Yeah.
they're close enough,
Right.
but all people know is Canelo's a not. And Canelo, I mean, if you guys break down, Mo might know this off the top of the dome. Like he doesn't have that many knockouts since he's been at super middle, right? Just Caleb Plant's the last guy I could think of.
Well, he changed his style. He stopped like really going for that one punch. I heard someone say that earlier, and he started hitting body parts and shit and breaking it down like that
Well,
and kind of
he's trying
drawing
to
you
hit the
in.
arms, and the arms was a tactic used once again by Rocky Marciano back in the day. And it works. You know, the theory of it is you get the arms tired. What happens when your arms are tired? You can't hold your hands up that well. What happens? You can't hold your hands up that well. You get hit in the face like a wet mop by all kinds of punches. But with Bivol, after like the 5th or 6th round, when it wasn't doing shit, he should have abandoned that tactic, but he didn't. He kept throwing punches at the arms.
Yeah.
I didn't understand it.
That's why I know Reynoso sucks.
Yeah.
But what was
Real
I gonna
quick,
say back to
guys.
Rocky?
Real quick, I'm sorry. Guys, we are auctioning off these 1998 never worn brand new Grant gloves. They're old as shit. They're literally one of the first Grant gloves ever released. As you guys know, Grant doesn't sell anymore. These are very rare, super expensive. They're 8-ounce pro fight gloves. They are being raffled. Anybody wants to join, you send $10 to this Cash App, say Grant Gloves in your name, or use this PayPal address, email address. All right, back to it.
Yeah.
I will say on the topic of Canelo, and this might be, I don't know, this might be controversial, but I don't think it's necessarily that he changed his style. I think he just doesn't care enough to go for the knockout. Like I think since maybe the Danny Jacobs fight, he's kind of been in like his Money
Okay.
Mayweather shit.
Why would he not
And
want to go for a knockout, though?
because he just doesn't want to take the risk.
Of getting hurt himself?
Correct.
I mean, I feel like he has a lot of confidence in his jaw.
I think it's his stamina. He's always had stamina problems, even when he fought Triple G. Like if you look at the fights with Triple G, like once it was like round like 7, 8, you'll see Canelo slow down and start breathing heavy. And I think he just doesn't have the stamina. Like if he can't get the knockout within like the first 5 or 6 rounds, I think he just coasts and just, he knows he's gonna win by UD. So I think he doesn't put the pressure to go for the KO because he doesn't have the stamina to do it.
You know, I don't chat. Do you guys agree with Canelo not having stamina? I've never really seen any clear-cut stamina issues. I mean, maybe every
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I don't really agree with that, but maybe I'm missing something.
like he's finishing fights, so like, well, yeah, I get it. He looks tired, of course, but and I agree with what the brother said there a little bit too. But as far as like his full stamina, I mean, he's finishing.
Yeah.
He's just old, guys. Like boxing old, man. He's been in the game for a long time.
That's
Long,
why I
long,
think
long.
Triple G won that first fight because I think Canelo was doing very well in the beginning of the fight. And then right around round 7, 8, you see Canelo not throwing that many punches. He's backing up. There's points where he's on the rope trying to do some Floyd. He was like doing some similar Floyd Mayweather defense, dodging the
Yeah,
punches.
he was drawing you towards the ropes, trying to counter.
I think
Right, but he was getting hit a lot by Triple G. You know what I'm saying? Triple G was tagging him up. And I think that's why so many people think Triple G won that first fight.
I think I agree with what Rocco said. Triple G, I believe, won that first fight too. I like what Rocco said here. I do think Canelo, the knockouts have subsided because he's fighting dudes not only taller, but just naturally bigger guys who, can take a punch a little better. But sometimes it's about punch placement. Like Berlanga, who was damn near 200 pounds, was dropped because he didn't see the shit coming. So anything's possible.
Yeah, I wanted to say that earlier, real quick, when we got subsided by other things. Yeah, like Rocky was doing what he was doing because he was fighting taller guys mostly.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to push back on that, Marco, because look, you don't think very much of Berlanga, but he didn't knock him out. Like he didn't go for the KO. And then look, and then I'll go to another one. Jaime Munguia went after the Canelo fight. He went and got knocked out by a guy with like 3 KOs.
So wait,
That's
so
a perfect
Yeah,
example.
but those
saying,
guys aren't
though?
any good though.
What are you saying?
Off
Like, what's your
top.
point in saying that?
My
Mo.
point is
Yeah.
it's not that he's fighting bigger guys and it's harder to knock them out. Sure, that's the case, but I think he just doesn't care to. You know, I mean,
Right.
it's kind of hard. Like he's a multi millionaire. He's fighting a fight, dude, where he's got the fucking game so locked down. He's literally making points off of the beer and the hot dog that they're selling. Like,
Yeah, you're right with everything, but I don't agree with that because the longer you fight, the worse it is for you in terms of there's more probability of something going wrong, getting caught. These guys want to get this shit done because he's going to get the points off the beer and the hot dogs if he lasts 1 round or if he lasts 12. You know, and he doesn't. Now he's older. He does. We wants less mileage on him. I don't. Does anybody else agree with that? I don't think for a second that he doesn't want the knockout.
Bro, I think he 100% could have knocked out Munguia because, like, once he dropped, because in the beginning of the fight, Munguia was doing a great job. And I saw when Canelo was going to his corner, like, he was breathing real heavy, and his trainer was telling him to calm down and breathe. And then once he dropped Munguia, that's when Munguia started going backwards, you know what I'm saying? And he stopped throwing as many punches. And I was watching the fight, like, why is Canelo not knocking this dude out? And some people think it's because he's Mexican. Because remember, before the Munguia fight, Canelo said he wasn't fighting no more Mexicans. Then he ended up fighting a Mexican. So some people feel like he didn't knock him out because he's Mexican. But I think Canelo was holding back. Kind of like what Terrence Crawford and Spence. Like, he could have did Spence way dirtier than he did. You know what I'm saying? I think he just didn't want to hurt him. You feel me?
no, I feel the exact opposite. Hey, I saw Crawford in there. Like he prolonged that ass whooping. Like he wanted
Yeah,
to
that's what
really
I'm
hurt
saying.
Spence. He wanted to hurt him.
Okay, see, I believe that he didn't want to hurt him. He didn't prolong it on purpose. I believe he was being super cautious because it was almost like, this can't be this easy. Like, what's this guy fucking trying to trap me? Is he setting me up like Donnie Brasco here? What's happening?
Yeah, salute y'all. What up, Marco?
What's cracking?
I think Canelo definitely be trying to knock people out, but he just can't do it like that no more. Because he used to fight bigger guys and he stopped them. He stopped Kovalev, he stopped Billy Joe, he stopped Plant. But like I always say, after his hand surgery against Caleb Plant, after he got hand surgery after that, he hasn't got a knockout. So I think that has a lot to do with his power decreasing because of that hand surgery. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting. I didn't know he had hand surgery. What was wrong with his hand?
Yeah, he had like wrist surgery after the Plant fight.
Word?
Yeah. So he haven't got a knockout since then. So I think that definitely plays a part in his not being able to knock him out.
I'm gonna look.
He's had plenty of surgeries. Like
Yeah, he
even
had
before
hand
that.
surgery
Yeah,
after
but
the Ryder fight as well.
That's your wrist though.
What?
So you know it kind of take away your power because it's never 100% again.
Right. Yeah, which is normal behavior in a gladiator sport, man. So, yeah.
I'm looking up right now. After the fight against Caleb Plant, Canelo began experiencing persistent pain and damage in his left wrist/hand, which he had initially downplayed after Plant. Following his rematch with Golovkin in 22, he acknowledged the issue had worsened and opted out of surgery to address. Opted for surgery to address the cartilage damage in his wrist. He underwent the procedure in the U.S. Blah blah blah. Recovery took. Okay, so it was surgery in his wrist. Interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a very plausible. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I think the reason he's not getting these knockouts, in my opinion.
Fuck.
Part of the reason.
Huh.
Yeah. Thanks
Can
for
he
saying
knock
that,
out
Rex.
Terrence Crawford?
Yeah, for sure.
Can he knock out Terrence Crawford? I mean, it's more likely that if anybody's going to get knocked out, I would put my money on Crawford getting knocked out over Canelo based on Canelo's chin.
Yeah, I think this is Canelo's best chance to get a knockout because you got a dude coming up 2 weight classes, so he's not used to getting hit at 168. So he should get the knockout. You know what I'm saying? But especially when you look at Bud's last fight against Madrimov, he got hit a lot after the fight. One of his eyes was almost closed up. So
the problem is he knocks Bud out. Let's be real. What's everybody going to say?
He's too small.
Yeah,
I don't think he knocked Bud out. He couldn't knock Charlo out. I mean, Bud is tough.
Wait, hold on.
He didn't want
Yes?
to knock Charlo out.
Okay, I disagree.
Wait,
But
what? No.
Charlo hailed a fucking Uber and had the meter running for 12 rounds. Come on, that's different. Bud's not going to do
it's
that.
still look. You could, he was running, but you still, it's a flaw that's in Canelo that he could knock him out. Like he couldn't cut off the ring and stop him. And on top of that, he hit Charlo with a lot of punches, and he still didn't knock him out. So I put that on Canelo, not Charlo. Whether he was,
do you know how hard it is?
Charlo made Canelo look good.
Do you know how hard it is to catch somebody who's not moving but running? It's almost impossible. It's almost impossible.
After that fight, though, they said nobody beats this version of Canelo, right? Right or wrong? So
I don't remember.
Yeah, that's what Canelo said, and that's what the media said.
I mean,
that's cap.
There is zero chance that Bud Crawford's gonna get in there and fucking run or even move that much. That's not happening.
Yeah,
I disagree with that. I'm not saying he's gonna stand right in front of him, but this I opened the conversation with that. I said this fight's gonna come down to footwork, man. And you guys got to really think how Bud fights and does his thing, man. And then I'm thinking how Canelo's going to react to that. But Canelo's tough as nails, so like he'll be right there too. But I'm trying to see their footwork. Yeah, that will tell me what's really going to start happening. And if they start banging and shit, like Bud's tough, man. He'll get up. I think he'll get up. Obviously, he'll get up. Unless like old boy Cole cocks him, like it's done. I don't see that though. Like Canelo just hitting him and it's KO.
And I personally think we're gonna see a different Bud that we haven't seen, like the best version of Bud Crawford that night. It's like
I hope so.
So you think he's gonna fight better than he did against Spence? Against Canelo?
Yeah, because he never left first gear in a Spence fight. That was all in first gear. He never had to switch up. He never had to adjust really after the first round.
Nah,
He
man.
took off.
He slammed his foot on the gas before right when the stoppage happened.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he was like on first gear though, coasting the whole fight. He didn't really, he didn't have to switch up his game plan or anything. He just walked straight through him.
Spence was done with the first knockdown though. It was done then. He should like, he could have ended that fight. Honestly, it was over in the fourth.
The first knockdown kind of seemed like for a second, like possible flash. Like we weren't sure because it was a jab.
Nah, Nah, he got hit in that. Like you remember when Danny Garcia hit Amir Khan?
Yes.
That's right in that cerebellum right there. It's done, completely done, and like then we can start theorizing all like, oh, he was already out of it before he got in there and blah blah blah. But he was done after that, man. Like his body language, everything. He was just steps behind, and he was getting his behind whooped for sure.
Anybody wants to call in? The link is in the chat. Be my guest. Join us. Toy is asking. Toy, by the way, I like that picture. You look very happy. Great picture. This fight tomorrow is going to be fire. Catterall versus Harlem Eubank. Is that what's happening?
I don't think so, man.
No?
Nah.
I never seen Harlem Eubank fight.
Yeah, me neither, actually.
It's going 12 rounds. Sure.
That's Chris Eubank's cousin, I believe. This is like first cousin. Every time
I always thought Catterall was a boring fighter, personally. I don't know. Not a big fan. Jack Catterall.
He fights like American. Like that's where he got a lot of training over here in his youth. He was in camp with Canelo, Rocky, Mayweather, Pacquiao, early ages. That's why he fights like that. I mean, he's alright. He's just alright.
Clarissa,
when is the Pacquiao Barrios fight?
It's
Vegas.
When?
July 19th.
July. Oh, okay. So it's the next week.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah. Clarissa thinks every time Canelo throws, Bud will counter. He probably will.
Me too.
He probably will, but
it's not going to do nothing though. That's the problem.
That's
right.
the y'all think.
It'll do one thing. It'll pile up points.
Yeah, but as the fight goes on, see, this is the problem. When Canelo's throwing at Bud, how is Bud gonna react to that power? That's the problem. You going up 2 weight classes against Canelo, who got power. you know Canelo got a still chin. We done seen Bud get dropped. Never
Right.
seen Canelo
We
get
didn't
dropped.
see Bud get dropped, man. Stop saying that.
Nah, he didn't get
It's
dropped.
a fact. What you mean, bro? That's
He
a fact.
did.
He
It's
got
not a
dropped.
fact. It's not a
It
fact.
is a fact.
It
Bro.
was an
No, it's
official
not.
knockdown, but technically that shit was. I did a whole video on it. I'll play it right now.
He pushed him down, and they didn't count it as a knockdown, so
He
it's not
shoulder checked him
not a fact
like
at all.
inadvertently, and that knocked him off balance. Oh,
You
yeah, they
talking
didn't.
about
Oh, that's right. They didn't
Kavaliauskas,
call
right?
it a knockdown. That's right.
They didn't call it a
Nah,
knockdown,
so it's not a
it's not a
knockdown in
fact.
any sense, in my opinion.
All right.
He
Well,
got rocked by the punch, yes,
yeah.
but not dropped. But
See,
whatever, either way, let's say he did get dropped. That's one knockdown. Like, that happens.
Right, right. But here's the thing. But Bud has really good range, man. He can figure that out. Like I said this too earlier. He's gonna be trying to set those traps. So when that big punch comes from Canelo, will he be in position or out of position? And even if Bud does get rocked, like I expect that too. Like Canelo hits hard for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I
When
want to
Bud
see that
get hurt,
range. I keep saying that footwork, man. It's gonna be interesting.
and
I'm watching a lot of
historically,
old Canelo shit right now.
when Bud get hurt, he turn up after that.
That's a
And
That's a
fact.
fact too.
yeah,
That's
Bud
true.
got a longer reach than Bivol too. If y'all didn't know, his
Yeah,
reach
yeah.
longer
Bud's
than
a
Bivol.
bigger. I've said this a billion times. He's just an overall bigger guy. So that's what made me. I was leaning Canelo. Fucking fruit flies. I was leaning Canelo 60-40. But when I saw them in person, 50-50. Because that was an advantage. In my opinion, the only thing Canelo has two advantages over Bud. One is chin, which I think he still has. And two was size and power. But now I'm not so sure.
I just
Yeah,
want to see Bud use the jab. That's all he has to do if he wants to win
and
this fight, and he
K
can
Moolah.
honestly do whatever because Canelo's
yeah,
only he's economical. He's only gonna come in. That's why I said, is he gonna attack Bud and like hunt him down, or is he gonna try to set some up and be tricky in there too? So I want to see Reynoso and Bomac go at it. I want to see their
Tax.
plans.
Hagler was dropped once officially. Technically, you can argue it was kind of a forearm on the back of his head, but he was down once officially. Bifold reach didn't help Bivol. What's that mean?
Why you spell a Bivol name like that, bro?
I think he honestly a typo.
Yeah.
What's bifold reach?
Nah, Bivol was putting mad hands on that dude, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. Like he beat him up. Like it was sparring after a while.
Word.
we kept making him reset. That's what I
I still
Bud.
got fast hands. Oh, you saw my video I put out today. Right. Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. Not bad for almost 50 years old, right? I'm bigger than Canelo. Don't mean I'll win. True that. True
And
that.
and since they're the same size, right? Too basically, like this is gonna be like a TKO type shit. Like this is gonna be a body punch. This won't be like cold cock. It's gonna be a body.
Hold on,
punch.
you think Bud is gonna stop Canelo?
I do. That's my name.
That's his
Bud.
fucking screen name. Oh, he can't see it because it doesn't
Oh,
show. His
that's
screen
hilarious.
name is Bud. We don't even know this dude's name. We just call him Bud.
Yeah, Bud.
Right.
I was gonna say he has to, but he
A
doesn't have to, man.
TKO.
Nah, like he might beat him.
All right,
Man.
let me ask you a question. Bud's gonna stop Canelo. Percentage. What's the percentage you got? Like, how confident are you that Bud's stopping him? Not winning, stopping.
I'm gonna say 65%. 65. 65, 70%.
Okay. You know why I asked? I wanted to see if you were fucking off your rocker because you would have came in with some 80, 90. I'd be like, oh.
Yeah.
I think even
65 isn't bad.
65 is too high, Marco. Like you should have said 50, bro.
Oh,
You
I'm
gotta-
with you that it's too high, but I'm just going into his psyche. Like, if he was on some crazy skewed shit, I'd be like, ugh. But
Right.
Yeah. I
You
think
know.
a TKO though was very possible.
But let me ask you guys this. Let's put this a chat as well. Let's put this all in perspective. What percentage? Put yourself in the day before Bud versus Arrow. What percentage did you give Bud to dominate Arrow like that?
I had
I had
that
it
fight
50-50.
75-25.
Okay, but you're a Bud fan. The average folk.
I felt like it was like
Nobody saw that coming, so maybe he'll do it again.
I had a 60-40 arrow. I'm not gonna lie, I had a 60-40.
That's crazy, man. If Bud
How is
does
that crazy?
No, I'm talking about I'm talking about with Canelo right now. Like if Bud goes in there and wins this fight, man, like that's pretty nuts.
It is.
Oh, he's
It
getting
is.
all the props.
That
But
was like
again-
outwardly nuts.
And again, guys, this is a little like how Roy Jones picked Ruiz slightly, because Roy picked a fighter who is probably one of the worst multi-time heavyweight champions in history. I'm not shitting on him. I'm not saying he was a good bum, but in terms of heavyweight champions who have won it more than once, especially, he probably is the worst ever. Right?
Yeah, but
I disagree with that a little bit.
Who?
My bad. Go ahead, brother.
Who?
no, I
Name
was
one
gonna
heavyweight
say
champion who's
Canelo
won
is
it
the
more than
best
once.
super middleweight though, so that's kind of different. Because Canelo the best, he undefeated at that weight class.
Of course, but I'm just saying Canelo, like I'm saying Bud's selection, it's not like he's fighting a legit career
Yeah,
super middleweight.
He picking a guy based on his dimensions. Yeah, I
Right.
agree with that.
Right.
Yeah, and
I
I
mean,
was gonna.
I don't even say he's picking Canelo based on his dimension. I think he's picking him because of the payday. Let's be real with ourselves. I mean,
I think it's the
I don't
legacy.
think
That's
That was
cool
Mo,
too.
right?
Anybody, man, come
I
on.
think
Like
it's the
everyone's
legacy,
trying to get to
guys.
the money.
It's the
Look,
legacy
look.
because he made
Supposed to.
he twisted Turkey's arm for the skull fight to happen. Why? He wants to be undisputed. For him, it's not so much about the payday. I think it's mostly about the legacy because he's already, rich. He does
and
it best.
and and another thing that you know it's about legacy because Crawford said he wanted the winner of Canelo and Charlo. He didn't just say Canelo. He said he wanted the winner of that fight, and it happened to be Canelo. So that's who he went after. So it ain't about a payday.
I'm gonna step away for 1 second, guys. Hold it down, though. Keep the conversation going.
Yeah.
So it's about money. Of course, he wants the payday, but it's more about legacy to Crawford, in my opinion, because he wanted
it can be both.
Charlo.
It can be both. And I'll say
Yeah.
this, dude. If Bud for real stops Canelo, KO or TKO, like half the boxing world is for real going to give up their religious beliefs and they're going to join the Church of Bud because that's
Bruh.
crazy. Like that's top 3 pound for pound all time conversation. If he stops Canelo, not even win. If he stops him, that's insane.
Bruh,
You know?
if he knocks out Canelo and he becomes a three class unified champ, I'll put him over Floyd, bro.
Undisputed.
Yeah.
I want to give. That's what I was going to say earlier to Marco. I disagree with the heavyweight statement because I was like, nah, these are, I'm not real big on fuck it, the ring stuff and everything like that. But these are pound for pound guys. This is arguably everyone has Bud at number 1 anyway. So why the f not?
Sorry, real quick. Rob, stop that ridiculous bullshit. Pulev never won a major heavyweight title. I'm not talking about the NABF or the WWGHPV jerk off shit. Come on, real title. Don't do that. And I'm Bulgarian. I'm still not gonna. Come on, keep it real.
I don't even listen to the LDBC, bro. You don't know what you're talking about.
Who's the LDBC?
King KO. He a race fan. He be trolling in the chat.
Is he in here?
Hey.
Oh, there he is. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he ain't gonna join the panel though.
Pulev, man, he's got a good team, man. He keeps getting in fights. It's crazy because he sucks.
This motherfucker's my age.
Terrible.
He's like 2 years younger than me. He should not be fighting.
He's fucking terrible.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's insane. And I was rooting for him against Klitschko just because I didn't like Klitschko when he was Bulgarian, but nah.
I'm looking forward to the Dillian White and Itamo Moses. I definitely want to see that August 16th.
Hating on our brother. Rob, for your picture, it makes it very clear you're not Bulgarian. Yeah, I want to see that too. I want to see that fight too.
That's a good step up for him.
We gotta see what this Moses guy's about because everybody's really hyping him up.
Yeah.
He's a southpaw. I think he's a little small because because if you look at his physique too, he's a little overweight. Like he could probably be a cruiser.
He don't look like he got all the power that he do though, but he got power.
Oh, he has mad power.
Those are the guys who do have power, yeah.
That's why I'm like, people
take job.
People need to so many fighters made mistakes of moving up, because they feel like, all the glory and money's a heavyweight, but it's not. If you're knocking motherfuckers out and you're spectacular, doesn't matter what weight you're in. Prince Nassim Ahmed was the blueprint for that.
Yeah.
Hey Marco, I want to make an Alberto joke, but I don't want to offend nobody, so I'm not gonna say it.
Go ahead. He's not even in here.
No, I'm just saying he ain't been around in a while, so I just, I hope he's straight, man. Hopefully, he's still in America, doing this.
Clarissa already beat you to that. She said that shit like 3 times.
Hey, they got Caesar Jr. They get Alberto, man.
Nobody off limits. They took him away.
I'm telling you, bro.
What's up, D-Wayne? Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, Clarissa, are you still in here? You could tell him that you already did that.
Like,
He be in Johnny's chat though, Marco. He just not coming in here.
That's fucked
I
up.
hope Canelo make it to the fight, man.
Is Johnny live right now?
Oh, he gonna be there. He gonna be there, man.
Johnny's not live right now. No.
No. Okay.
Margo, you got Shakur versus Zepeda up there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do we think?
I'm hyped for that fight.
I'm hyped too. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a one-sided fight, but I'm still excited to see if that's the case.
Yeah, me too.
And that's why I can't care about that, man. I can't. Nah.
Why? You think it's just going to be too much of an ass whooping? It's going to be. Are you
Yeah, I
worried about
think
being
Zepeda's
boring?
not good, is what I think. So it's
Well,
like,
but
whatever.
exciting fights can still happen. Do you think it's just not going to be
That's
exciting?
true. No, that's true. That's true. And that may be true. I haven't thought about it in that angle, but like, nah, I think Zepeda's not that good off top.
Zepeda got hit a lot at Austin against Kevin Fowler.
That's what he does.
And he's been at lightweight for a long time now. Not a long time, but at least going on a 5th year.
But we can't do triangle theories because by that logic,
Right.
Floyd Schofield would sleep all of them because look what he did to Farmer. You know, and Farmer gave Zepeda a pretty tough fight.
Nah, I hope no one would say that. But like, nah.
I was watching him and I just like this guy get hit way too much. And to beat Shakur, like I just think he's not gonna be able to touch him that often, you know.
One thing we do know, he's going in there for the KO. He already said it. He said, "I know the only way I can win this fight is knocking Shakur out." So he's going in there trying to knock him out.
Yeah, I don't believe that for 1 second.
He was on
the cap artist, bro. He ain't doing shit.
Up,
he says that
Steve?
every single fight, and he never
What up,
delivers.
CJ?
He's gonna do the same Shakur shit he always does, which is fine. He should.
Marie. Backdoor Bud out here wrestling other men rolling around on the floor. Hella sus. So you're insinuating that Bud is.
Yo. We found the Spence fan.
Yo, did you guys see that shit with Chisora and Big Baby Miller, like talking shit to each other?
Nah.
I just saw it. Briggs was in it for a sec. Yeah, they were just talking like Chisora was. They were talking mad shit to each other. Chisora was saying he's scared. He was like, I thought it might get to blows, but it didn't. They were like smiling like playfully, but you could tell it was serious.
Yeah.
Chisora's already fucking slurring his speech, by the way. I've been saying this for a while now. He should not fight anymore. There he is, J-Bone Capone Corleone.
Johnny, what it do?
You could jump in if you'd like, J-Bone Capone Corleone.
I seen Bud wrestling Big Baby Miller, Nico Ali, and Mike Coppinger.
Well, he didn't wrestle Nico. They were kind of like slap boxing, right? Or they weren't really hitting each other.
He slammed him. He slammed him down.
Oh, I saw when they did the thing where they were just like, "Ooh, gotcha!" They were trying to hit.
You. No, that was another clip. But he was in the grass. He's like, "I could slam you," and he was like, "Do it." Then they started wrestling. Then Bud just threw him down.
Yeah, Bud is crazy competitive. He's like almost Michael Jordan type level competitive.
And you just made me think something. Like Canelo doesn't really clinch that often, man. So like that's another interesting fact.
No, he doesn't.
This is gonna be. Yeah, I'm trying to hype myself up for the fight, man. But like, it's gonna be a good fight.
Yeah,
it's definitely gonna be a good fight.
Yeah, definitely.
It's gonna be a good one-sided ass whooping. That's what it's gonna be.
Dang.
Bomac, I'm telling you, man, Bomac gonna end up throwing in the towel, man. I don't see Bud like
what?
Like, I can see Bud get dropped once or twice. He keep getting up, and then his face is gonna be all fucked up, and then Bomac just throws the towel in, bro.
I think we're gonna see Canelo bleed for the first time. His face gonna be red.
Yo, you guys know that? Do you guys know that Bomac went the full whatever it was 6 or 8 rounds against Butterbean? Do you guys know that?
He did.
Nah, I gotta watch that.
Yeah, Butterbean beat him, but he went decision. Butterbean could punch too. Like, say what you want, Butterbean could punch. So that's kind of.
Oh yeah, brick
he just didn't have defense. Like he just takes shots. That's why he wasn't successful.
Look at what she said.
Man, y'all leave my dude alone.
Damn, hey, free Alberto, man. Free Alberto, man.
Clarissa's vicious. You don't want to fuck with her. She'll come at you like a true. She's definitely a female. She comes at you sharp.
Hey, Clarissa, at least Alberto got to meet Julio Cesar Jr.
Oh yeah, right. They're probably making shanks together.
I know, right? Free Berto, dog.
I know, free Berto.
Always getting iced up.
Bud gonna knock cinnamon sprinkles out of Canelo. Okay, I like that.
I can't wait for this fight, man.
Not gonna lie, haven't heard from Alberto since. Nah, he was in. They said Johnny wasn't Alberto in your chat like today or yesterday or some shit.
He said free Alberto.
Bomac though, unless somebody, one of the moderators, like timed him out or blocked him for a day or something. I don't know. I didn't. Canelo, what's up, Adrian? Canelo.
Alberto's is a good restaurant out here in California.
Say that again.
I said Alberto's is a good restaurant out here.
I thought you said a gay restaurant. I was like, okay.
No.
We're gonna disband another fan base, man.
I know.
Uh-oh.
Got Canelo on hella testosterone. That's what they say. Free Alberto. Alberto got
I want to see how ripped Canelo. Yeah, we'll see if he's on roids. If he's all
I mean,
Crawford.
I was gonna say, why are we even bringing that up? But then it's like, oh, well, he did get popped once, so
You have to, yeah.
Yeah.
American, Mexican, African. Canelo
I have
7.
500 videos full of Spence comments. People saying he gonna beat Bud and all this stuff, and none of those dudes responded back. Maybe like one or two, but most of them never said nothing back. They were just crying after
CJ
the
made
fight.
the call. He's like, hello, my name is John. Get this Alberto guy out of here.
That's funny.
They like trace his call, track his call when he called in on the live chat.
No, Alberto execute. Alberto, that it's part of the community here, not an actual fighter, but a community member. Robert cries because Canelo loves clenbuterol. Okay.
Hey, Bud better hope Canelo don't get on that shit for this fight. It's gonna be even worse.
Yeah, I haven't heard of Canelo testing yet either. Only Bud.
I mean, they're both going to test for a fight of this magnitude. There's no way.
I hope so.
Yeah, there's no way.
Look at that puppy.
I'm looking at this. He put it in the chat of Bud wrestling with Nico. I mean, that's not even impressive to me because Bud was a wrestler. Like, so he slammed somebody who's not a wrestler. Big deal.
Did he slam Shannon Sharp too?
No. Shannon Sharp grabbed him and Bud couldn't do shit. He couldn't do shit. But Shannon Sharp is so much bigger. Like, what do you expect?
No, he's a football player, bro.
Yeah.
Crazy to play football, dude.
Yeah.
You get fucked up out there.
Robert, Marco, do one of your high energy commentaries. Freaking hilarious. Appreciate you. I mean, I do a lot of them.
Yeah, man, those shorts are the best.
Steph, he says your mustache is AI. Thank you, guys.
That's hilarious. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, now we're
I'm famous off that mustache, man. Like I've heard the craziest stuff about that mustache, man. Nuts.
But now you still got that. It's gone, right? It's like how you look.
That's like the mustache that be on the disguise with the glasses and the nose.
Clever Lane.
He got the mustache from the dudes in Cameo. Remember that song Back and Forth?
Right. Nah, that was real, gentlemen.
You don't get the yes. Making shanks. Damn, you wonder why you don't get the yeses you're hoping for. I don't know what that means. What's that mean? The yeses I'm hoping for.
Y'all think Dubois gonna stop Usyk?
What's that?
Oh yeah, I got Dubois by KO.
Dubois gonna stop Usyk?
Nah, Dubois is gonna lose, guy. I'm going for Dubois too. What makes you think, besides landing one body shot, which should have counted, what makes you think Dubois could beat him? And he quit, though. Let's not forget.
I think Dubois got better since that.
I agree.
He got 3 good wins against Big Baby Miller, Herkovich, and Joshua. So I think that's impressive.
Okay.
He improved as a fighter.
What's up, Jay Smith? Okay, but as a boxer, in boxing, when you quit, that is the cardinal sin. That is something that really says something about your character that very rarely can be changed, I believe. Quitting. I'm not saying a bad performance. Like, even Julio Cesar Chavez didn't quit. He just didn't throw punches. This guy just quit. He's like, nope.
But since he quit, though, he improved a lot, I think. That's why I think he's going to get it done.
Just to go there, just to have your mind go. Like, I've been in situations where I'm getting fucked up in the ring. What do? Cover up. Maybe don't punch as much as I should or a lot less than I should and take my beating like a man until the bell rings. I don't even go there.
What if he catch Usyk to the body again clean though, man? You know?
Well, that's the thing too. How are you going to quit when you just literally almost knocked the guy out? Like, you know that's still there. That's a viable option.
Because
that makes it even crazier that he quit.
it took
Something
his
happened.
momentum away. You know, he was just like, damn,
Yeah.
I just knocked this dude out, and I got cheated, so he probably lost some of the energy. I just feel like the championship belt knocking Joshua out, I feel like those gave him more confidence going into this fight. So he gonna have more of the will to win, in my opinion.
I hope so. I'm going for Dubois. Like, to be
Yeah,
totally
me too.
clear.
You
And I
don't
thought,
sound like it, Marco.
what's that?
You don't sound like it.
Nah. Again, guys,
First off,
I pride myself in separating my analytics and my personal, I
Your
guess.
heart and your brain.
Yeah.
you a
There you
good
go.
gambler on sports?
No, I don't gamble. For that reason, I don't
Gotcha.
gamble.
I
Yeah.
Yeah,
got you.
I'm going
I
for him. I
lost
would
some
love to
money
see
on
Dubois beat him.
I
Wilder versus Zane. Going with my heart.
Wilder versus who?
Zane.
Zhang
Zane.
I
again?
mean,
Yeah.
look, Wilder looked like shit against Parker, but who would have thought that he would literally turn his back on Zhang twice? You know what I mean?
Yeah. But if I would have been using my brain, I would have never made
Yo,
that bet.
I knew that was gonna happen, bro.
yo, no,
You
you
knew he
did
was
not.
going to do a little ballerina twirl and just.
No, I just knew he was gonna get knocked out at some point. Zhang is
Oh
just
my!
too big for Wilder, man. That's
Yeah,
a
but
big
how'd
ass
that
not
fight.
end for
not the
Zhang, bro?
not
He
the
got stopped
old
by
Wilder.
Caballero and beat his
Before
ass, his
Fury.
fat ass to the body.
The
Usyk
Wilder
isn't
before
sleeping
Fury could
anybody.
have beat Zane. The Wilder before Fury could have beat Zane. But
No,
he
like,
not the same.
yeah, that's true, yes, sir. Who's that? Dubois. First off, Marco, reconciliation, my man. Dubois, he's a champion right now, so he
Mm-hmm.
deserves to be in this spot and a defending champion
Well,
Defending
too.
champion for
but
sure.
And
he
he
didn't win the
stopped.
belt. That was like emailed to him.
That's fine. A lot of
But
your favorite fighters
he
does that.
defended
So
it
like,
though.
whatever. Who cares? Who cares, man? A lot of your favorite fighters do
Well,
that.
I only care because there's an undisputed heavyweight champion crowned recently, so it kind of matters. You know what I mean? I
I
get
don't
it.
think Canelo faced the best fighter in David Benavidez in 168, and he's undisputed. Shit is crazy. He fought those
Okay.
two dudes who absolutely suck, like in my opinion.
Okay.
So like, whatever.
He knocked out Joshua to defend this title too, so that's a good
I'm
look
with
for him.
that.
Yes, stop that guy.
I'm with that. That's a good point. I just, Ken Dubois' confidence. I don't know, man. I really, I don't see it
It's a tall
happening.
task for sure, because like
Yeah,
Usyk is nice.
it's gonna be a
He's
good fight.
nice.
Yeah, he could damn well. I thought Fury arguably might have won both those fights.
No, he did not. No,
I thought arguably
no,
he
he did
could have,
not. No, he did not.
but
No, he didn't do enough either time, and Usyk basically outdid him, outclassed him.
right.
Like he
Yeah.
he arguably stopped him the first fight. Like they always give Fury the ropes. AJ
I think
tries to
that
do some
second
shit.
fight was close.
Get out of here with that.
I mean, I will
Please.
say I don't think it should have been stopped, but I will say if they did stop it, you don't have that much of an argument for it because he looked.
I think if you're laying on the ropes, they should stop
He
that shit.
should.
It's not
Well,
fair.
they
Just
no,
like
I think
Fury,
they should count it.
Would any of us
do a
argue
count.
if the fight would have been stopped when Wilder knocked him down?
No,
in that
because
first
he
fight?
fucking was getting his ass whooped.
Right.
It should
Those
have
are
been.
facts.
Nah, Fury's winning the whole fight, but he looked like he was out.
Yeah, it should have been waved off.
So nobody would have
Wing.
argued it, but a good thing they didn't because he got up in time. You know what I'm saying?
I'm of the
Wait, I'm
exact
sorry,
opposite
what fight is
opinion.
this?
I think the ref.
Wilder
I think the
Fury won.
refs. I think the
No, he
refs
was
should
Go
take
ahead,
into
Mo.
account.
No, he was
Hold
out.
on a second, guys. Go ahead, Mo.
What I was going to say is I think the refs need to take into account the gravity of the situation, especially considering with the Usyk Fury fight that was like the first time the belts were being undisputed in like what 10, 20 years, something crazy. So I definitely don't think they shouldn't have stopped it. Fuck no. I'm glad they let it go on.
They should have did an 8 count, not stop the fight. They should have did an 8 count.
Who did I just put in? Because it can't show me. I don't see who this is.
I think that's smoking Franklin. Maybe.
Is that you, Franklin?
No, it's not.
Who is
Oh,
it?
it's Shelton.
Oh, Sheldon, what's up? Yeah, for some reason, the way this is my StreamYard set up, it's cutting the bottom off. I can't see the name.
Oh, you can't see who it is. No, I'm sitting here. I'm just tripping because I'm sitting here watching Jermaine Taylor and Winky Wright.
Okay.
And Al Heyman is sitting in the front row.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was watching an old Floyd Mayweather fight and I saw Al Heyman. And then he disappeared. I was like, yo.
That nigga teleported.
Yo, you did because I was telling my girlfriend, I was like, babe, I was like, that's Al Heyman. And she was
Hey,
like, what?
I
And then
said
we kept going.
Al Heyman and Floyd is like, y'all seen the movie Equilibrium?
I didn't. I have not. No.
It's
It's a
like
trip because I'm sitting here. He's sitting right in the front row, bro. He is
Yeah,
right
every
there.
time.
it's
Look
like
how
a
young
dude.
Oscar
Rare,
looks.
right?
They,
Rare.
And Steven Espinoza.
they call the dude the father, and he like brainwashed a bunch of people, and they just had his little thing playing every time with his voice. But he
Al
actually
Heyman's
died a
like.
long time ago, and it was his son doing it. I said that's like Floyd and Al Heyman.
Al Heyman's like 6'5". I didn't realize how tall he was.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, I didn't know
6'4",
that.
6'5", yeah.
Yeah, he's a tall dude. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to Dubois and Usyk because and Usyk might have had believed that there was a viable threat to even take the rematch because technically, why
Yeah,
take a rematch? He landed one punch. Other than that, he beat his ass.
Who you
And
got,
yeah.
Marco? Who you got in that fight?
Usyk. Again,
He
I'm
got Usyk,
going
but he wanted to watch to
for
win.
Dubois, but I got Usyk. Yeah, I mean, I told you guys, nothing in that fight makes me think Dubois could win, except puncher's chance. And after he knocked fucking Anthony Joshua into the fifth dimension, it just strengthens. Like, ooh, if one of
hasn't come
those
back yet.
lands, yeah,
Yeah,
man.
he's on a 3 KO streak right
But
now.
see, people don't realize. I think a lot of people don't really realize what they saw. What they saw was two big guys just throwing haymakers, and one guy got caught.
Nah, the ball was pretty. He was pretty sharp in that fight,
Yeah,
though.
he
I like
was.
what I
And
said.
he stepped on the
You
gas
know what I
like
love?
immediately.
If you remember what happened at the end, Joshua
Yeah, because
finally landed a
AJ hurt
shot.
him.
He
That
timed him,
Yeah,
rocked
that's true.
that rocked Dubois, and then Dubois
Yeah,
backed up, and then Anthony Joshua came in just gassed and walked right into
and
some
he
shit.
waited for him. Yep, he set him
CJ.
up.
Like nasty too, because nasty punch, and he threw it twice. If you saw the first one, kind of just missed. Then he just threw
Yeah,
a fucking
yeah.
straight right as he's coming in. He bounced past for momentum, boom, like a car crash. Done.
Joshua was having Ruiz flashbacks when he got up.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna do a video
But
on Ruiz Joshua. I never did one.
yeah, the first one, because his hands were
Yeah,
going
that's a
so
good
fast.
that's a good
Yeah,
idea, Marco.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna do that one.
he has the same problem that Yard had.
What's
They
up,
both
Gassman?
gas out. Him and Yard, they both gas out.
H-Town, what up?
Hey,
Johnny,
Marco,
why don't
take
you jump
into
in, you
account that
punk ass?
Usyk is 38.
Don't matter.
Yeah,
He didn't
Age
well,
take no
matters, bro.
damage against Fury.
every
It don't matter because
every
if Dubois gas tank, he ain't fixed them gas tank issues. It's not gonna matter.
all the heavyweights of note, all of the top contenders are damn near 40, almost all of them.
Yeah, yeah.
But
They're
Dubois is
about to
27.
age out, and this is the question for you guys: give it 3-4 years, they all age out. Who's going to be the next dominant heavyweight?
Hey,
Dubois.
Just wait on
Marco,
it.
Dubois is only
look,
27.
do me one favor, Marco.
What up?
Make a video for Wilder Stavern too.
Why?
That's like my favorite fight of all time,
Just
bro.
because, I mean, that's what
That man
Wilder does.
Wilder did a Euro step and
You
knocked
say
him out.
Wilder
That
Yeah,
was
who?
he did
crazy.
do a Euro step.
Wilder Stavern
You say
too.
Wilder who?
I want to hear your video about that. I think it'd be funny and
All
excellent.
right, I'm with it.
Wilder and who?
Stavern too.
Berman Stubborn Haitian.
The
Oh,
second
Stavern
fight.
too.
Yeah.
That was the only guy who he didn't knock out. That was the only guy who he didn't knock out the first time. But then when he knocked him out, it made up until that point of his career, he had knocked out everybody he faced. Crazy.
Yeah. He threw like 18 jabs in that fight, the first round.
And that's when, if you know, Arthur McCanny, you remember tried to pull him off Stavern, and he was fucking like he was seeing, he was like a bull, like a mechanical bull. You put that quarter in, he just wouldn't stop.
Yeah, that video would be very exciting, man.
I'm gonna do that. I appreciate the suggestion. Moses Atwama is next up. Maybe.
Do that Ruiz Joshua 1-2 though. Because like
I'm gonna do both of
that
those.
was a shocking ass whooping right there. I had that live. That was my buddy's 30th. We had a huge party. I had that going in the background. That shit was getting nuts.
And I won't front. Like, I was on my patriotic shit. I was like, fuck that Brit. Bring the belt back to America. Like, which I don't really care as much anymore, but I was on some patriotic shit with that one. So
I was
Ruiz was
I
nuts,
started
man.
watching it. Then I started playing Grand Theft Auto. So I'm playing the game, and then my brother texted me like, Joshua just beat Ruiz. I was like, what? So I had to go back and watch the fight. I was like, wow.
You know what I felt
that
bad
was
for
amazing.
Ruiz, though? As soon as they did that, if you guys remember, all you would see was pictures of both of them and people being like, can you guess which guy actually won and is champion? Because they're showing Ruiz all fat and Joshua like a fucking Adonis. So it was kind of like shitting on him even in his victory.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
no, did you
almost
see
as
how
big as
high he
the.
jumped in excitement? Like Ruiz was
Nah,
whooping his ass, man.
that's
After
Johnson
he
almost
made
got
the
up.
arena shake like an aftershock.
that's like the second biggest upset, really, after Tyson Douglas to me.
Nah,
Also,
nah.
too, they say
What
behind
you
the
think is
curtains.
bigger?
Shit. Hasim Rahman beating Lennox is bigger.
Yeah, that was huge.
I could think of a
I
whole
mean,
bunch.
I don't think as many people picked like. I just think that Joshua
Marvin Roy.
was more. I think that was bigger, man, because nobody expected Ruiz to win.
Yeah, but I feel like you're putting Joshua on a higher plane than where he was at the time.
Spinks Ali was bigger.
That was big.
I mean, that wasn't an upset though.
Shit, I just did the video
The
today.
first one was an
Costa
upset. Yes, it was. Nobody
Costa
gave Leon
Zoo.
Spinks a 7-fight fighter a shot. Nobody gave him a chance.
Oh, you
Now.
said Ali.
Costa Zoo
Yeah.
versus Vince Phillips was a huge upset.
Burno? Yeah, that was a big upset.
When Sugar Ray Robinson lost to Randy Turpin, that was a huge upset.
That was a huge upset.
Like on an
Huge
80 fight
upset.
win streak. Yeah, no, I don't think it rivals any of the
Yeah.
main upsets because Joshua wasn't thought of as the guy yet.
Hey, let me ask you a question, Marco. What part of Florida? What part of Florida is Winky Wright from?
St. Petersburg.
Yeah.
But
is he the same as Keith Thurman?
Hold on. Yes, but let me ask. Mo might know this. Where did he grow up before he moved to St. Petersburg when he was about 14, 15?
Your area, I thought.
Nope. Come on, Mo. Tell us. Do you know it?
I
Virginia?
don't know.
DC. DC,
Where?
I believe.
DC, yeah.
I
There
believe
you
it
go.
was DC.
DMV.
Maybe y'all was.
That's
caught
right.
up,
That's right.
'cause it was
The
a
reason
lot
I
of.
asked is this: how come Winky Wright never embraced Keith Thurman?
I don't know. Who cares, though? They didn't even fight in the same
No,
era.
Keith is kind of he out there.
Like,
No, but you from my city. You know, you behind me. I'm the guy from St. Petersburg. Now here you come. You know, usually the OG fighter would be like, "Hey, let me go look at this dude. Let me holler at this cat."
is St. Petersburg
Winky never really messed with him at all. He never messed with him.
Small city, like where people know each other? Because I don't know much about it.
Yes, yeah. St. Petersburg, Florida is not big.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I didn't like him. Who the fuck
I
knows?
think I was just caught up in the Joshua Wilder debates. I just seen humongous support for Wilder. I mean, for Joshua, like they used to be going crazy with the UK fans, so they thought he was the guy. But that's why I felt like that was one of the biggest upsets.
But real fast, I want to say this before I forget. In that fight against Ruiz, behind curtains, they were saying AJ had a panic attack right
Yeah.
before the fight.
What?
And that
Yeah.
and that his dad wanted to cancel the fight.
Joshua
But
said
Hearn
that
was
too.
like, "Fuck that, get your
Is that
ass
a
out
fact?
there."
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
He had a panic
AJ had
attack
a
in the
panic
dressing room.
Alleged fact, yes.
All that sounds like excuses to me.
Alleged
Right.
is an
Totally.
oxymoron, my friend.
Totally. No, I also want to say that too. I was gonna say something very contradictory.
Yeah,
But
I heard that
AJ
too.
I've heard that
AJ got
in
his
some
ass
conversations that I've
whooped.
agreed. He did. Well, that's after Ruiz got up though. After Ruiz got up, man,
Right.
he was putting freaking hands on that. I was like,
He
I was yelling for everyone. I was like, yo, I gotta check this out. Like, this is nuts. This is
thought
crazy.
it
That was
was
an
over. He
upset.
thought it was over when he knocked Ruiz down.
Yeah,
But he got hurt too early before he put.
Hey, Marco, you're right. Al Heyman is fucking tall, bro. He is
man.
tall as shit.
He's like
But you guys
6'4".
got to remember something. Anthony Joshua was like a 90% knockout ratio. To this day, he still is. So, like, when he dropped him that first time, everybody was like, well, this is going the same direction it's been going.
Yep. Ruiz got up swinging.
Yup, and hit him on the top of the head, fucked up his equilibrium, had him crip walking. And that was it.
Stop this guy, man. Stop this guy. It was nuts. It was nuts. What round was that? Was that like 9?
I think it only
That
went
was
3
like
rounds.
it was 7 rounds. That fight went 7 rounds.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
7?
He was in
Yeah,
a corner. He did not want to come back out. Then look,
he was messed up.
He waved it off like he didn't want to fight, man.
Then he grew his hair out, and they fought in Saudi.
And he ran
won off the back foot.
Yeah, he was like, fuck this. I'm staying away from this dude. And he won.
Yeah.
Off the back foot, baby.
He won. And that was his problem with why one of the main reasons why I thought he lost to Usyk. In the rematch with Usyk, although it was way closer, he was trying to box him and not putting power behind his shots.
That fight was boring, man. I thought both guys were
Usyk had faster hands, just like Andy
taking
had
their
faster
time.
hands. And he
And
had really fast hands.
Usyk was finna stop him in the first fight, but they rung the
He
bell.
did.
They rung the bell early. Remember?
Yeah, man,
No.
dude. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
He was, dude. He
it
was
was like
laying out
18
on the
seconds or
ropes.
something on
That's
the clock,
nuts.
and they just stopped the fight so he didn't get knocked out. He was on his way out.
Who the fuck is Yafai? Why are you saying that?
And at the end of that fight, he just was going off on the heavy bag, man. The dude was done. That
Yeah,
fight
he
should have
was.
been stopped.
Yeah, they didn't want him to get stopped. That's why they
It's
rung the
crazy,
bell.
man.
I'm like, that's straight
Who is
That's a
this?
couple
politics right there.
stoppages taken from Usyk, dog. That's nuts.
Usyk and Joshua won. He was finna knock him out, and they stopped the bell
Oh
early
yeah.
and ended the fight.
Usyk and Fury. They saved Fury's ass.
Yeah, I said that earlier. Shit, they're all like, no,
But yeah,
no.
no, I was saying Fury. That should have been an 8 count. You know.
Well, it was what it was. The ropes held them up and they counted. That's what you're supposed to do.
It was what it was. He whooped Fury's ass. It was what it was.
Nah,
Yeah,
that was
I'm
a
happy
close
about
fucking
that.
fight. Fury was
No.
hurting Usyk up until that point. Literally rocked him two
He
two
beat
times.
that motherfucker. He beat Fury around the ring like he beat him around like a crash dummy
In
around that
one
ring.
round.
And
He
what
really
round was that?
did,
The 10th
man.
or the 11th round?
He was
One
beating his
round.
He
ass.
beat him from
He
one
was
side of the
all
ring to the
over
other. He
Fury.
whooped his
He was
ass.
all
Son
over Fury,
round
man.
did he have him on Bambi legs. The
All
rest,
damn near 9 of them,
And
Marco.
look, they talking
he
about
had him sliding around the
Dude,
ring like Usher for 9 rounds.
his pressure
No,
on
he did not
Fury.
do that. No, he did not do that. He did not do that. That was
one
the
round.
9th round, I think. Was that the 9th,
Yeah, it
Yeah, it was
Marco?
9 and
9th or
10.
10th?
9 and 10 when they were going at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Up until that point, do you not remember Fury hurting him with an uppercut, with a body shot?
Yeah.
Yes, he
But
rocked him, Marco. But
that's
hang
not
on,
what the
Sheldon.
public's gonna remember. The public's gonna remember Fury sliding around that ring
That's a
like a
fact.
goddamn ice skater. That's what they gonna remember.
No, that's
and
a
Marco,
fact.
look,
That's a fact.
they talking about Fury
He was
Usyk
bouncing
3.
off the corner pocket like an 8-ball.
And Marco, look, they talking about Fury Usyk 3 overlooking Daniel Dubois, and I think that's a mistake. You know, I feel like that's gonna like get an energy for Dubois to win.
I hope you're right, but
Fury
again,
need to fight AJ. Man,
based
get
on
out
the
of here.
quitting,
What?
based on
Actually,
the
stay
quitting,
out.
I don't think it's that crazy to overlook it. I mean, but you might be right. I hope you're right. Shit.
But here's the
Stay
thing:
out.
you ain't heard Usyk say nothing about that shit.
No, he didn't say nothing about
You
it.
ain't heard Usyk say shit about no Tyson Fury, have you?
Well,
No,
nah,
he
but you
beat
heard
him
Turkey say it,
twice.
and that's coming straight out the horse's mouth if Turkey's saying it.
Turkey.
I don't think Usyk is the type of guy who gives a fuck about what Turkey says. He's focused on what he got to be focused on, and when he's done with that, then he'll speak. You let that dude do him. I'm doing me.
You know what Turkey say go, man.
And did you hear what he's getting? Did you hear what he's getting for this fight with Dubois?
Like what 100-something million, I heard.
In excess of $90 million.
Oh my
90.
gosh! Wow.
I'm sitting here broke, and this. I mean, you ever see people make that much money, and you're like, well, I think I made a wrong career choice at some point. Because
Yeah, man. Yes, actually, all the time.
90. But you know they're gonna pack out Wembley Stadium, right? You know they're about to pack that bitch out.
Sure.
Yeah.
Wembley Stadium's about to be packed out.
100K, Mike.
UK
I'm gonna be there. It's gonna be a good time.
You going? Who's going? Who said that?
Mo Brains. This motherfucker flies everywhere.
You going, bro?
I'm gonna be there, bro.
Wow.
Oh man,
What's up?
Enjoy that.
that's gonna be a spectacle, bro. That's gonna be a memory for a lifetime, right there.
UK, they probably got the best boxing fans.
They do. Every country in the world except America has the best boxing fans. We're such.
Oh no,
riders.
I'll be in September 13th. I'll be in the Legion Stadium, and that's gonna be a night to remember.
Are you gonna be there?
That's gonna be a night to remember. Oh, I'll be
I'm trying
there.
to
I
go
will
to
be
Sheldon's
there.
birthday, man. Yeah.
I will be there.
Yeah, that's a lot of fucking money, man.
Tickets gonna sell on the 18th, bro. And you gotta remember though, Marco, the ticket's gonna be a little bit cheaper because the venue's a whole lot bigger.
In England.
It's gonna be some thousands.
Yeah, but you got to still fly to England, and the pound isn't the pound weaker than the dollar or stronger than the dollar?
That doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's stronger than
more
dollar.
money.
And you got to remember also, Marco, that in Allegiant Stadium there ain't no bad seats because of that jumbotron.
Well, every stadium has a jumbotron, don't they?
Not that big though. This one goes. I've been there before. This one goes from one end of the field to the other.
I used to say to
Oh wow.
myself, if I used to
The
say to
Cowboys
myself,
still have a bigger one though.
I used to say to myself, if I'm going to a fight and I'm so far away, I got to use the jumbotron. I should just watch it at home.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
when you
no,
feel
but
the
for something
energy,
like this big,
when you
for
feel
something
the
this big,
energy
you
when
gotta
you're
be in the
there,
arena just for
the
the
energy
atmosphere.
there is unmatched, man. The
Yeah,
energy that
with
you
the
Yeah,
cheering, I
get
can
in an
imagine.
arena
I
like
can
that. So
imagine.
that's why people will go, I guess.
yeah, yeah. You gotta be there just for the energy in the building. For something this historic, you gotta be there for that.
If I went, I'd probably drink that day. Like I don't drink, but I definitely would drink in the stadium.
Yeah, I don't drink anymore either.
They
Yeah, I
got you
don't drink no
drinking.
more either. But what I would do, I'm gonna tell you what, I'm prepared to spend at least
I
six
know,
to seven
right?
hundred on my ticket. At least six to
Oh,
seven
okay.
hundred on my ticket.
Then you're gonna be close. That's good.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. It's exciting, man. We got a bunch of exciting fights, and the cool thing is we got a bunch of exciting matchups possibilities too, depending on who wins these shits that are coming up now.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
So
Now,
yeah,
let me ask you this: are you going, Marco, to the fight Friday? Are you gonna go?
they denied me.
Okay.
So I'm not, and they denied me Saturday. They denied me press passes for both fights. So I thought about just buying a
Wow.
ticket, but I don't think I'm gonna do it. I think I'd rather do lives with you guys, and like that'll be better for my career than showing up because when you go as press, I don't know if any of you guys have ever done that. You get access to a bunch of shit, which is very helpful for my career. But me just
Okay.
going there, sitting in a seat, leaving, and the shit's mad far from where I live now. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like a waste
Oh,
of
you live
time.
outside the city, Marco?
I do now. Yeah, I live in fucking Connecticut.
Oh,
We're moving back to New York.
oh,
I'm
okay,
not.
okay. Yeah.
I'm not
Oh, you're
crazy
moving
far.
back.
Why or when?
I was no, right. I didn't even know.
Yeah. We're
Nice.
moving. We're gonna move back.
I,
We're waiting on a
Wow.
couple
I want
things
to
to
see
line up.
Shakur Schofield
Blessings.
next. If
Fuck this.
Shakur wins Saturday, I want to see Schofield and Shakur fight next.
Well, that's probably gonna happen as long as Shakur holds up his end of the bargain.
Yeah,
Hey,
I hope
Marco,
so.
Now,
Why do you say
What's
that?
up?
never say never, Marco, because the ticket sales for that the Queens card are doing pretty shitty. So they might fucking drop them down 70% or some crazy shit just to pack it out. So if it's
what you mean,
$20
Arthur
for a
Ashe
good seat.
Stadium? Those
I mean,
tickets
look,
are doing
I
well.
can get it. I can get a ticket right now for like 185, $200, which are good seats as it stands out.
For
It's not
Berlanga?
that. Yeah,
For Berlanga?
yeah.
Wow. I thought he
It's
was a
not
big
that
star in New
expensive.
York, fellas. What happened?
No.
He is not a fucking
Man,
big star.
Hamza Shiraz, he just proved he wasn't, man.
No, well, I mean, come
That's what he
on.
said.
Did
He
anybody?
said he said in an interview with Seconds Out, he said he did better than anyone else ever did with Canelo,
I could say my
and that
dick is
made him
3
a big
feet. I could say
star
my
in
dick
New
is
York.
3 feet long. That doesn't mean it is.
Right.
No, he's a good shit talker,
Did
Sheldon.
you think?
Hamza
Who is that?
He
Sheldon.
talks his
Did
shit.
you really think that he's a
Yeah.
star, or you're fucking around?
No, I think he's trash. I think he's a bum, and I think Hamza Shiraz is gonna run
bum.
through his ass.
Damn.
I
But
hate
I
the
asked
fact
you,
that
did you
Canelo
think he
even
was a
came forward
star?
with that fight.
I'm asking you, did you think he was known in New York?
Who? Edgar Berlanga?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I don't
Okay,
think so.
good.
I think he
Good.
might have been known in the Bronx.
Where you from, Sheldon?
I'm from Los Angeles.
LA. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, but yes.
Berlanga's gonna
Okay,
stop
good.
Shiraz, man.
What's
I
that?
think he might have been known in the Bronx, maybe.
Well, he's from Brooklyn, but he's in Manhattan. Nah, he's not. He's not really known.
He's not even known in the Bronx. Then he's known in Brooklyn.
Not even.
Maybe.
None of them. None of them.
Well, he
No.
hangs with Fat Joe. Come on, man. He hangs with Fat Joe. Come on.
Bro, Fat Joe is
The Bronx
irrelevant,
Dome.
man. Come
But
on,
listen, man, like New Yorkers like boxing. They come out to the shows. That shit is always sold out, packed out.
Then
Like,
why
when
they
the
not
last
coming
time
out to
Fat
this
Joe had
one,
a hit song?
Steph? Why
There's
they
a
not coming out for this
Well,
one?
Berlanga, like
But
you
there's a
said. No,
difference
I was just saying.
between. Hold on, guys. There's a difference between attending a fight for entertainment and thinking somebody's a star and he's a household New York name.
That's right.
And he's not. I mean,
Okay.
at all.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
I meant more like the Barclays and like the ballroom at Madison. Like
Would
those
I
are
fight
always.
Tyson? I'd fight Tyson for free, Adrian, just for the experience. Come on.
This shows you how big of a star he is. The two girls are fighting in the big stadium in Madison Square
There
Garden.
you go. The one
Wow.
that
The
seats
two
almost.
girls.
The one that seats. That's about 20,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way
They
bigger.
already
The two
did. They already
girls are
sold
fighting
out
there.
Madison Square Garden though.
What's that?
They sold that out before already.
But if you
Who
were a
did?
big star, what he said,
And
Steph, if
Katie
you
and
were a really big
Toronto.
star,
Hold
you
on
would
a
be
second.
fighting there, and the girls would be at Arthur Ashe Stadium.
Hold on a second. You said Katie
It would be
and
the other way
Toronto
around.
sold out sold out Madison Square Garden already?
I thought they did. Yeah, the first time they fought.
The first
Can
time they
anybody,
sold it out, they
can
packed that
anybody
bitch out.
confirm
They
that?
sold it out.
Can anybody
Yeah.
confirm that? Because I don't know if they did.
Yeah, they
I'm pretty
did.
sure they did, man. That was a
They
big
did.
deal.
They
That was
sold
like
that bitch
3.5 years ago, 4 years ago.
It was a fun
out.
fight.
You talking about Serrano Taylor won? Yeah, they
Yeah,
packed that bitch out. They
at
sold
Madison.
it out.
Yeah, it was sold out, man. It was nuts.
Which is weird because Serrano is definitely not a household name in New York. I don't know how that happened.
Like my
Maybe
brother,
MVP was just doing its magic. Maybe they
UK
still think it's cheaper. I don't know.
fans probably showed up.
but Marco, my brother lives in Brooklyn now. He's been there for almost 5 years now. Coming from DC, he usually goes to the big fights over in the Barclays.
Okay.
And then he'll go to the ballroom here and there, but more so the Barclays. And he always sends me this, that, and the other. It's packed out, man. It's packed out. Like a lot of people were there.
Well, again, you have to understand it's New York City, and there's so many people, and it's not that hard to get people in, especially if you're struggling and you want to offer a deal or do a Groupon, or a lot of people do shit like that.
And you got to remember too. If you were paying attention back then, I don't know if you were, Marco. They promoted the shit out of that fight. They promoted the shit.
Right.
They promoted the shit out of that fight.
And that's why putting up advertisements in New York costs so much, because you're hitting millions and millions of eyeballs, and you're gonna get a return.
Right.
So
people like shunning the promotion for Bud and Canelo, but they doing a pretty good promotion. I've been seeing it in a lot of places.
I got to give Dana White a little credit because I was very critical of him, kind of coming to the boxing realm, and but he, his presence there, with the little cross promotion there, it was huge, man.
Yeah, he fit right in.
Big. It's big. Yeah, they're doing it right, man. That is going to be a big fight, man. People are going to turn out for that.
Yeah, he's doing his thing. Yeah, man. We're gonna
Okay, so let's say we're right,
you were there
right?
for the New York presser, right?
Say what?
You were there for the New York presser, right, Marco?
The girls thing, yeah, it was.
But
They
I saw
approved
you
me
and
for all the-
Shaq and Brady and when Canelo and
Well, that was a
Crawford.
different event, but yeah, no, that was different. The Shaq and Canelo and all that wasn't the presser for the Serrano fight.
But it was popping though, right? People were like, "Oh shit."
So let me ask you this, Marco, in your expert opinion.
Yep.
If Berlanga gets mollywopped by Sheeraz, what does that do for his career?
You mean knocked out or just loses?
I mean, beaten up, knocked out, beaten badly. It's not competitive.
That's not happening.
I think it could happen. What's it do for his career? It makes a lot of people like me just confirm what we kind of maybe suspect.
That he's trash.
I don't call fighters trash. Johnny, you come to New York, I'm gonna fucking find you and I'm gonna steal your hairline. Tell me where to meet you. Rip it off.
So you don't call him trash. You say it's just not very good.
I think he's a good fighter. I don't think he's a great fighter. That's why.
Okay.
I'm not gonna, but I do think it's possible he's a great fighter. I just need to see it because so far, the few things I've seen, but I think it's possible. If he does great, I won't be totally shocked.
Shiraz is all right. Same thing with Berlanga.
Y'all give him his props.
Nah, but for real, John, when you come around, hit me up.
I kind of think they're on the same level.
Yeah, it's 50-50 fight.
I want to see the winner face
physical advantages and gifts, and his eyeball test to me. All right, Berlanga gets a C, the eyeball test. I will give Sheeraz maybe a B minus.
I want to see the winner face Pacheco.
Yeah.
Pacheco. Yeah,
absolutely.
I like that.
Absolutely.
Face who? The winner face
that
who?
needs to happen. Yeah.
Pacheco.
Yeah.
He's nice. I like Pacheco.
He's fucking tall.
He's tough, man. He's a tough cat.
Yeah.
He's a tough cat. He's getting better each time out. I like him. Yeah. So he definitely needs.
I want to know this: is Christian and Billy gonna get a shot at anything or no?
Christian Billy.
He sucks. He's no good.
Nah, he definitely.
I wouldn't say sucks, but I'm on the same page as you. Christian Billy is super exciting, but he's super exciting to watch, right? Fan friendly.
Yes, he is.
But is he elite level? Can he rock with these guys who are the champions? Probably not.
Rob the Barbarian. Yeah, Edgar tried to bite somebody in the fight, but he didn't actually do it.
Edgar did try to bite somebody because he was losing.
Yeah,
and he was frustrated. And this is Johnny's king.
but he didn't actually get the bite off though.
Yeah, Johnny, he even missed the bite. Your man is. Yo, he even missed the bite.
That was way out, man.
He couldn't land the left hook or the bite.
So Johnny's a huge Berlanga fan?
I don't know about huge. Johnny, when he interviews certain guys, he and maybe they talk all. I don't know. I know he likes them. He favors them.
He's a supporter.
I don't know how big of a supporter, but I tell Johnny.
I like Berlanga. I just feel like he be cringe sometimes, when he talking. But he cool as a fighter. He's not bad.
We'll see. I mean, he did do something that nobody's done. But
what's that?
In the first round.
Who did he knock out?
Exactly. He knocked out the.
Who did he knock out?
16 or 17 of his opponents in the first round.
Yeah, I remember that. But those guys were nobodies. Those guys were like
but Shelton,
cashiers and Walmart workers.
I always say this though: it's very difficult to knock anybody out. So
yes, true.
That's what I be saying about Wilder, knocking 43 people out.
And at the championship level, though, he was fighting contenders at the end. It wasn't all just resume building dudes.
Yeah,
contenders. So.
Now I said this. I will say this: them first 33 dudes before he fought Stavern, they were trash. Mm-hmm. They were not. I seen guys get in the ring with gym shorts and tennis shoes. I saw that.
I mean, yeah, but to get all those knockouts,
they were not. They were not good. But after Stavern, he had to fight some actual guys who could actually box. He did.
Yeah.
Shit. King Kong Ortiz was a very good fighter. A crazy amateur background, Cuban.
Yeah.
I was at that fight.
Ortiz is not the only one that was whooping him. What was the other guy's name? The guy from Denmark? What was his name, Marco?
Denmark.
Arthur Spilka.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's the guy who he almost killed when he knocked out, though, right?
Yeah, Arthur Spilka was whooping his ass, though. But Spilka was whooping his ass.
Not really.
I mean, I don't even remember that. I don't think I saw that fight live.
He wasn't beating him like that, man. Wilder just set him up.
Spilka was whooping his ass. He was outboxing the shit out of Wilder until Wilder caught him.
Damn. Crazy. Listen, fellas, I'm going to wrap this up. It is 1:30 almost in the morning over here in, I'm going to say the tri-state because I refuse to admit that I'm not in New York anymore. I'm going to say the tri-state. I'm not going to
I'm stuck, man. They still doing fireworks by my crib. They going crazy.
Yeah, they stopped now finally, but where I'm at, it's in the suburbs, so it's not that. But yeah, but they were.
Oh yeah, they can do it out there.
But all right, fellas.
All right, fellas. We got a big day of boxing on Friday next week, bro. Big day of boxing next week.
I will see you guys tomorrow afternoon.
Later.
2 p.m.
All right, man.
All right.